she took full accountability and admitted everything, she would still be in there. She was not a lesbian. She was the one snitching on couples. She was the one running and telling the COs that, oh, so and so's in their room doing things that they shouldn't be doing.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Skippity Doodah. Who are some of the other people you were locked up around, and what were some of their crimes?
Rob, aka Robin now. He was a dirty cop. Did a lot of bad things as a police officer, and he was facing charges, like major charges. And he got out and did a sex change and was able to go to the women's prison because he knew that if he went to a men's prison, he would die or something bad would literally happen to him. So there's them. And then this one lady thought her cocaine was in her baby's belly, and she cut her baby's belly open. One lady put her baby in the microwave. And then you have like the druggies and, minor burglaries, robberies. Mine was second degree robbery is why I went in there. My main charge. And then you have like child touchers, killers. Alyssa Bustamante is like real infamous. A lot of people know her. Her case really blew up. She's on Killer Kids and all that stuff. She was 15 and killed her 8-year-old neighbor. Like dug a grave like a couple days beforehand. Her case is really complex though. She lived above me. She was my roommate. I would love to do something about her, like do an episode on her when I start my podcast, because a lot of people think she just went crazy, but there's so much more to her story that it's sad. It's some of these women in here didn't have a chance from hell or had a bad upbringing or doesn't have that person to give them a second chance, and then they do something with severe consequences, and now they're facing, they're never getting out.
Or do you see women in there that are led by men to do things?
Oh yeah, there's women in there that took on the crime, took the charges, so their man didn't have to, or they're doing time because they wouldn't snitch on them. Or I mean, there is a few women in there that drug dealer related thing, you have to go kill this person or she's gonna snitch on us, and there's two women in there that's true. And it's sad. A lot of those women that have horrible crimes, they're the nicest people I've ever met. And
do they talk about their crimes?
Some do. Some, no. Yes and no. I would say, like the lifers, the long timers, there's a few I can name off the top of my head that if you ask them what they did or why they're there, they're going to rip you a new asshole. But if you get to know them and talk to them and, it's a daily thing that you guys become friends, they do open up and talk to you about it. Like me, I hung around, people that had 2 to 3 years. There's some lifers that I hung out with, Rob that I was talking about, Tasha, like there's just a bunch of people that, we weren't like enemies. We were friends at one point, and I want to see them do good. They want to see me do good. So
Gypsy was telling people that she was a bisexual in prison. Is that true?
Everybody's a bisexual in prison. That's what they all say. No, I don't. If she had someone that she wants to call a girlfriend, they were using her for sure. But no, like she was not a lesbian. She was the one snitching on couples. She was the one running and telling the COs that, oh, so and so's in their room doing things that they shouldn't be doing. Like Yeah.
Buddy with the cops.
Yeah. She would literally tell inmates, like, you need to pay me to keep me quiet. Like, yeah, Gypsy was like, she was hardcore a snitch, and she would try to make money off of it.
I'm surprised she didn't get beat up.
Yeah. Yeah, I am surprised a lot of people didn't get beat up. Honestly, there's so many different walks of life in there that you would think, but no, they just plant razors in their locker or plant something on them and then have them go. That's
What's the most extreme thing that you've seen when you were in prison?
oh God, extreme. I don't know. Like I said, nobody's getting shanked or stabbed. I think
see anyone get splashed with baby oil, things like that?
No. The most extreme thing would probably be two things. One, this older lady, probably in her late 40s, 50s, she was exercising, and in the middle of her exercising, she died. And like when she lost all her bowel movements and stuff, so that was pretty crazy. They had to shut the yard down. And then Betty, my bunkie, she was in a wheelchair. She an old crazy lady, love her to death. She was in Medline and said something about a cell phone, and someone told on her, so our whole cell got tossed all night long. Literally, this was like a 12-hour thing. We got questioned. We almost went to ADSEG. They poured our coffee, all our canteen on the floor. Like literally, we were up for almost 24 hours cleaning up the mess. Like that was crazy. That whole experience was nuts.
What other experiences have you had?
Oh, well, I was under investigation at one point for gambling. Me and 3 other people. Experiences, lockdown. There was like a drone flying over the prison at one point. Really, I don't know.
Was there a lot of drugs in that jail?
Yes.
Prison?
Oh my God. Yes. Heroin is really bad. Don't know how they're getting it in, or it was through mail, like the stamps, but they caught on to that pretty quickly. Yeah, heroin is really bad in there. These pills, people would put in some Tang juice and mix it in and drink it on the yard, and everybody would share it like within their friend group. But yeah.
Just all kinds of meds, right? That they would get. Was it contact visits?
Yes and no. Like they let you hug, and they don't really let you hold hands that much. No touching really. So if someone's cheeking something in, then they're holding it in their mouth until the very, very end or very, very beginning. Either someone's holding something in.
Did Gypsy ever get visits?
Gypsy got visits, yes.
From random guys on the internet, right?
I don't know who was visiting her. I know her dad and stepmom and Mia. Now guy wise, I have no idea because I honestly did not keep up on her that much. Yeah, it just wasn't really worth my time to keep track of her.
Did you hear that flushed her mom's ashes down the toilet?
I did not hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, she sounds a little like she's trying to control Gypsy and the spotlight and the narrative, and which Gypsy doesn't know any better because that's what she's used to. So
she can't think for herself.
No,
right?
At all. No.
So like when she was in there, would she just follow other people around?
Yeah, she was definitely a follower. She was not a leader. A lot of people have been asking me that. Is she a leader? Was she a leader? No, I don't know where that came from, but she was like a lost puppy dog for sure.
So do you think she's being taken advantage of by her what is it, her ex-husband now, right? She left this guy Ryan for her ex-husband?
Yeah.
And did she marry that first guy when she was in prison?
I don't know. I think they were going to get married, and then they stopped it. Like they stopped the engagement. I think that's what happened. I can't remember for sure what exactly happened.
And who was released first, you or Gypsy?
I was released first.
And so when she was released, what did you think about all the craziness surrounding her?
So at first I was happy for her, because like anybody getting out is something to celebrate, because who wants to be in prison? Like, you know, I was really happy for her. I, you know, was rooting her on. I, you know, was liking her stuff on Facebook, and then I just kind of seen something flip in her, and like how she talks now is not how she talked in there, and just the confidence she has. Like, girl, do your thing. Like, I love the confidence, but you are a little fake, like a fraud almost. Like, you were like a little bitch in there, and now you're meeting Kim K and acting like you're the shit, when reality, prison's the lowest of the barrel, and that's what brings out your true self, because what you can't hide behind anything.
Yeah.
There's nothing to hide behind. You can't hide behind absolutely nothing. People, nothing. Money, nothing. So, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't follow you in there.
Yeah.
Like you said, the company you keep is pretty much the type of person you are.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So what was your experience like getting out of prison, and how are you coping to being free?
So Lisa Bustamante, her family actually helped me a lot. A lot. I have nothing bad to say about Alyssa. I have nothing bad to say about her family. If it wasn't for them helping me get on my feet and starting out my life as a free woman, I don't know where I would be today. Driving a car, I still don't drive. I don't even have my license. I have my permit, and I've yet to get my license because I'm terrified to drive.
Why?
I don't know. I have no idea. I guess the first time being in a car after not being in a moving vehicle for 4 years, it just tripped something in my brain. The anxiety, I don't know. I just can't drive. It
How
scares
old are
me.
you? How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I will be 30 in October.
So what advice would you have for a girl that's out there struggling, and that
Ask for
maybe
help.
it's going to be maybe a girl's going to go to prison and she has to deal with it? What would be your advice to her?
My advice would be to not try to act like somebody that you're not. Don't go in there acting hard. Don't go in there acting like you're better than everybody. Literally go in there, respect people's boundaries. Don't, overthink anything. There's no reason to be scared. It's scary, but you literally need to make your time the best time that you have. A lot of people focus on the outside while they're in there. They focus on their family, they focus on their friends, their job, money, where they're gonna go. I literally X'd everything out in the real world. Prison was my world for that 4 years. I didn't give a fuck about anything else. I didn't worry about anything else. I literally didn't talk to any of my friends in there. The only person I really talked to was my mom. And yeah, you literally need to make it. You need to live in the moment.
Program, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see those people that are in there that are always on the phone,
Yeah.
crying about being free.
Yep.
Like, you got 10 more years left. Lay down.
Yep. And it's funny you say that, because I got there in August and I had my parole hearing in like December or something, and then I got my out date and I was crying. I was so upset, and my roommate at the time, Jasmine, she had to do like 10 years for robbing a bank, and she looked at me and she's like, Skip, I love you so much, but literally stop being a bitch. I have so much more time than you, and you crying right now really pisses me off. And I was like, and that put it in perspective. Like that really put it in perspective that there's way more people doing it sucks, 4 years is a long time, but there's also people that are never leaving.
Do you think you deserved to be in prison for what you did?
I have victims. My main victim, the one for my main charge, is mentally not right anymore because of what I did to him. He's scared to leave the house. It just really affected him pretty badly. So yeah, I do think what I did deserve some kind of punishment. Do I think 4 years? No. But I do think I should have did a little bit of time for my holding myself accountable, and that's what I did. I had 2 co-defendants. I did the most time out of all of them. One guy got out of jail because he wrote statements against me, and then my other co-defendant bonded out and only did 2 years once he got sentenced. So,
got to be someone to take the fall, right?
And it was me. I took accountability. That's the difference between me and them. I sat there and told the detectives, like, yeah, this is what I did. This is how I did it. This is when I did it. That I'm taking accountability. So.
And now you're living a whole new life.
Yeah, I am. I run my own daycare. I have 2 beautiful kids.
I
my
see you
husband,
got a new baby.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep, yeah. 7 months old.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome. So, do you think Gypsy deserves to be out of prison right now?
I think she deserves to be out of prison if she took full accountability for everything. The fact she's not taking accountability, I think if she took full accountability and admitted everything, she would still be in there. The fact that she's lying about it and it's out is what I think is wrong. Like an O.J. Simpson ordeal, kind of.
Yeah. I think she blames that guy for all of it.
Yeah. I don't think that's right by any means.
Do you think she manipulated that kid to do that?
Yeah. I do. I wholeheartedly think he was so she had him wrapped around her finger so well and so tight, and took advantage of his mental state of mind. And I actually am going to reach out to him. I am going to send him an email and see if he will speak out or let me be his voice, just because. Do I think he deserves life? I don't know. Do I think he should be in there serving time? Yes. But I think if you're going to let Gypsy out, I think you need to let him out too.
Pretty wild stuff.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you taking the time. And if you ever want to come back on and tell some stories from, maybe we could do a live and people could ask you questions. Yeah. One more question. Did Gypsy ever show any type of remorse when she was in there for what she's done?
No. She literally would brag about giving Nick the knife. She would brag about certain things. And, she did tell a few people in there that without saying, oh, I did it, she admitted to doing it without saying I did it. If that makes sense to anybody. There are a few people in there that Gypsy confided in. And those people are still in there.
Maybe we could reach out to them.
Yeah. I plan on doing like a whole podcast. I plan on doing like a whole prison podcast and reaching out to all these, lifers and long timers. So hopefully here soon I can get that started.
If you need any help, let me know.
All right.
I got this area pretty locked down.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it. I hope you have a great day, and I wish you nothing but the best in the future. And I look forward to seeing your podcast. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before we go?
Pookie, I love you. You're not going to see this right now because you're inside still, but Pookie Tad, I love you.
If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you could get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, too bad, start your own podcast.
Right.